podcast, the Down to Earth Network, with your host, Sean Myrie. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Well, this is news. What a lot of people ain't talking about. It's not really that big, but right now, what's going on in Iran, one of America's biggest enemies, there is anti-regime protests going on. Anti-regime protests. If you don't know what that is, that's people from Iran that is protesting against the regime, the Islamic regime. They want change. They have taken over a city. I think it's called Abadan, near Baghdad. Right? They have taken over that city, and just look at the name. Ab Dabanan. No, I don't know if I said it properly, but they have taken over the city. It's near Baghdad. They want a regime change in Iran, and it's happening right now. Protesting against the regime, or if you want to call it, the government. So, is this getting influenced by America? Probably. And if it gets bigger, we might see some action in Iran even more. Um, the Iranian, I guess, regime has been a target for America for years, and they want change. Um, they always boasted that they had nuclear weapons. Um, Iran, that they're developing nuclear weapons. And America doesn't like that because, like I said, it's not too long ago, America done a strike against Iran because they accuse Iran for supporting Israel. So you got anti-protesters protesting against a regime that does a lot. So will it change? Will they shut that down? Those protesters, right? They're right next to Baghdad. They took over a city. That's a big thing. To take over a city is very big, and that's not a good look for Iran. That might be showing some type of weakness because if people could take over a city, protesters could take over a city, that means America could easily go there and take over Iran. So that's what's going on. A lot of people ain't talking about this. Like I said, there's a lot of distractions in the media, and this is a real story. Iran is facing possibly another revolution of people protesting against that government regime, and it's right next to Iraq. Iraq and Iran had a war for years. In the 80s, they had a war. So this might be the help of people in Iraq, right? And America. Because look, taking over a city is not easy. So, and we haven't heard about any military fighting going on in Iran. But America's watching this. 100% they're watching what's going on right now. And they probably like this. And if they start supporting this group to fight against Iran, we might see some more cities getting taken over, right? You see it right there? Just look at it. Right next to Baghdad. Baghdad, Iraq, remember, was taken over by the Americans. Even if it seems that they're by themselves, it's been taken over by America from the Iraq War. You're watching. Bless up. You could be leaving. Thanks for tuning in. But yeah, this is what's going on. Real news, real important news is going on, and nobody's really talking about it. People are talking about a lot of other shit, what doesn't mean anything. Um, Now, will Iran quiet this down? Will they? This stream. Much respect for supporting the stream. how to spell. Oh yeah, back again. Much respect, man. Stuff. Much respect. But yeah, this is news. I'm trying to give people some stories that a lot of people ain't talking about because everybody's talking about the same thing, right? They're all talking about the same thing. Aiden Ross. They're talking about Marvel Comics, the Marvel movie. Talking about a lot of stuff that is not gonna change anything or inform people about stuff. This, what's going on, if it gets bigger, for sure, it's gonna affect the oil, right? Especially if you drive a vehicle. If this gets bigger with what's going on with Venezuela, it's going to affect a lot of people in the world. That's why the electric cars have become popular. The reason, well, it's always been around. Originally, electric cars are the original vehicle to drive, right? But they changed that a long time ago into to oil, so they can make control and make a lot of money off of it. So right now, Iran's an oil-rich country, very rich. They help supply China and probably Russia. So now that there's this protesting going on for regime change, they want it changed to what? I don't really know. Do they want to be more democratic? I don't really know. But this is something what's seriously affecting the region because look, Baghdad, Iraq, they're not really stable. It's quiet down in Iraq ever since the war, right? But they're not really stable, and Iran is right there. So Iran is losing some power, guarantee some influence from Iraq and some influence from America. Losing a city like that, right? It's not too far from Tehran. It's not too far from Tehran. So this protest could threaten and destabilize the leadership. Yeah, it could destabilize the leadership and cause a lot of havoc in the Middle East. So now who's gonna be going over there? Is America? Well, America's already over there. America's already over there from the Iraq War. They're still there, so they're just watching and watching. They have blast. They had sent a couple bombs over there. Like I said, 2 months ago, they sent a couple bombs over there um, and warning them. So all Iran has to do is, I don't know, kind of. They're doing it. Stay quiet. They're kind of doing it a little bit. Stay quiet. I don't think they really want to attack that city right now. And I guess it's an opportunity for revolutions to start in countries where people feel oppressed, right? This is the time because Trump is looking around. He's watching everybody. So this is the time to do revolution in your country if you don't like the government because the government might be very quiet like what's going on right now, right? No one's talking about this really. It's out there in the news maybe, but no one is talking about this. It's a big thing to take over a city, right? The same thing with the Ukraine situation. It was a big story. Now you hear no one talking about it. Mm. Oh yeah, America does have a man who could be a pedo and all types of stuff, but guess what? They don't care. Obviously, the man had 34 charges. 34 charges. Do we know what the 34 charges is? That's a lot of charges. That's even more charges than they gave Diddy. Do we know what the 34 charges is? I know what they are. I know like one of them, right? But he's president right now. So what's going to happen? What's really going to happen right now? Right now, he's threatening a lot of places. This is one place he should be talking to again, right? Uh, Iran attack those people in that city? that's that wants regime change, will they attack? No, no, they're not going to attack them. They can't do that now because if they do that, it's not good, right? If they do that, it's not good at all, right? So this is the news. What's going on in the world? I hope people tap in. Um, for more information, I will update you on any other types of stuff, what's going on, stories what people ain't talking about, because this revolution is going to happen, right? It's going to happen. Bless up.